What's up, Rockford? I'm Paige Johnson.
And I'm Brianna Walney. Welcome to this week's edition of Beyond the Rock School News.
I heard the band had a great season.
Yeah, me too. Didn't they win states this year?
They did, and they placed higher at nationals than they ever have before.
I think Emma Sheldon got a closer look at the band and their amazing season.
Early November, the Rockford High School Marching Band had their last rehearsals before state finals. On Saturday, November 3rd, they got on the buses and drove to Detroit for the big day at Ford Field. The band had a quick warm-up before they were able to perform. All of the band's hard work came down to this moment.
Awarded first place and the 2018 Flight 1 champion with a score of 94.800 is the Rockford.
But the excitement wasn't over yet. The next weekend, the band traveled to Indianapolis for Grand Nationals. They were excited to hear they made it into the top 30, which meant they would perform again the next morning.
Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah! Let's get that
After their final performance, the band ended up placing only 2 spots out of finals, which is the highest placement Rockford has ever achieved. This has been Emma Sheldon with Beyond the Rock School News.
Wow, that's so cool. They really did have an awesome season.
The band seems to impress us more and more each year.
Speaking of impressive, Ms. Jakowski, one of our secretaries, does so much here at RHS.
Yeah, hasn't she been here for like 18 years?
She has, and we're so lucky to have someone so dedicated to helping our school be a better place.
Lindsay Carpenter got the chance to ask her a few questions about what exactly she does here at Rockford.
Tina Chahowski. I keep track of the whole district's emergency drill schedules, so all of the elementary schools and the middle school, and of course us in the freshman center. I do all the payroll for the security department and their time off. I've been with Rockford for 18 years, I think. I started at the administration office. I do the volunteer system, so when you sign into any building at Rockford, we do iChats on all volunteers, and I run every iChat. And of course, I sit in the front office at the high school, so I'm kind of a receptionist for the high school. The best thing is you kids. And interacting with the students, running all those iChats on all of our volunteers. And iChat is a background check, and it's only through the state of Michigan. So if you're arrested for an MIP, drinking, or anything else, that shows up on your background. Last year, between the security department, the officers, they run them and I run them, we ran about 10,000 iChats. And it just is a pain in the butt. Students will come in and try to say that they lost their parking permit. They give it to another student. So they try to get me to give them their second permit. So if you lose it, I'm not gonna give you a permit anymore. I used to, but not anymore.
She really does do a lot to keep the school running smoothly.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Jakowski, for all you do.
She's not the only one at our school who works hard, though. Arthur Ma has put in the time and effort to achieve his goals.
His journey to the varsity tennis team is an inspiring story that Evan Coberly got to check out.
Ever since his sophomore year, Rockford High School senior Arthur Ma had one dream: to make the varsity tennis team.
When I first played tennis in middle school, I played on both during my 7th and 8th grade. It wasn't really that interesting for me. We didn't do too much.
Then, during his freshman year, Arthur made it onto the JVB team. Varsity wasn't his goal yet.
But then during my sophomore year, when I missed tryouts and they put me on the same team I was on my freshman year, I wasn't too thrilled. And that was when I was thinking, oh, I need to improve and I need to show everyone I can make it. So then that's when I just started devoting more of my time to practices.
Improvement steadily became Arthur's focus, and varsity his goal.
MVP, we had like group lessons. I also took private lessons. And then occasionally I would go hit with other people who were on the varsity team.
After months of practice, it was time for one last shot.
After the third day of tryouts, when they summoned us to the bleachers, that's how we determined the teams. And I knew that one of those groups was the varsity team.
Little did Arthur know, this would open a door to brand new possibilities.
It's like everything came out for me. All the pressure was lifted to get in, and then I was so ecstatic to be with my new teammates.
Arthur reminds us to work hard, even when the going gets tough.
Stay determined and just keep at it, even if it seems impossible. If they know they have that conviction inside that they want to do it, then they have to keep going at it and work to get to that point.
This has been Evan Coberly signing off with Beyond the Rock School News.
Okay, congratulations to Arthur on making his dream come true.
That goes to show that hard work can go a long way.
Now for some last-minute announcements.
Mrs. Gardner's Service and Learning class is doing a jeans drive in December to be donated to local teens and children in Africa. There will be more information to come, so start collecting.
Make sure you come to support the basketball team tonight at the Heart for Heart game against EGR.
That's all we have for this week's edition of Beyond the Rock School News. Once again, I'm Paige Johnson.
And I'm Brianna Walney. Have a fantastic weekend, Rockford.
If you think you know this week's staff member, come to room 251 during passing time after second hour. The first person to guess it correctly will receive a candy bar of their choice.
Lindsay Carpenter got the inside scoop to ask her a few questions about what exactly she does for Rockford. Okay, I messed it up. Okay. Lindsay Carpenter got the inside scoop to ask her. That doesn't even make sense.